It begins on a stoop in Brooklyn or the south side of Chicago. It begins with the smell of Sunday gravy and the sound of doo-wop from a transistor radio. You watch your father, a good man, a union bricklayer, break his back for 40 hours a week just to scrape by. He has calloused hands and a tired soul. Then you see the other men. The men in the silk suits who double park their Cadillacs in front of the fire hydrant and nobody gives them a ticket. The men who peel bills off a money clip thick as a brick. They don't work. They hold court at the social club, drinking espresso and playing cards while the neighborhood bows to them. You don't want to be a working stiff. You don't want to be a schnook. You want to be somebody. You start running errands for the local capo. You park the cars, you run the numbers. You realize that in this neighborhood, the police are just another gang. But the family? The family is religion. This is your journey into this thing of ours. Level 1. The associate status. The gopher / the knockaround guy. Pay. Envelopes of cash. Currency. Hustle. You are 19. You are hungry. You aren't made yet. You are just a kid with a heavy foot and a willingness to swing a baseball bat. You are an associate. Your job is the grind. You hijack a truckload of cigarettes from the airport. You sell swag out of the back of a van. You collect protection money from the butcher and the baker, and if they don't pay, you break a window. Or a thumb. You learn the rules. Never talk to cops. Never look at a made man's wife. Always kick up a percentage of your earnings to your skipper. You feel the rush of the first score. You walk into a club and the bouncer opens the velvet rope because he knows who you're with. You buy your mother a new stove. She cries and doesn't ask where the money came from. You tell yourself you are a provider. You are a soldier in a war against poverty. Level 2. The soldier. The button man. Status. Made man. Pay. $2,000 a week plus shylocking. Currency. Respect. You proved yourself. You did work. Maybe you drove the getaway car. Or maybe you pulled the trigger on a rival who was encroaching on the territory. The books are opened. You are summoned to a basement in Queens. You stand in a circle of men. They prick your trigger finger with a needle. They smear your blood on a picture of a saint. They set the picture on fire in your hand. You repeat the oath. If I betray this secret, may I burn in hell like this saint. You are now a soldier. You are untouchable. No one can touch you without permission from the boss. You walk down the street and people cross to the other side. You don't pay for drinks. You don't pay for dinner. You walk into a room and the air changes. You are given a crew. You run a sports book. You have a no-show job at a construction site, which means you get a paycheck and full union benefits for sitting in a lawn chair drinking coffee. You feel like a Roman senator. You are part of an ancient brotherhood. Level 3. The earner status. Good fella. Pay. $10,000 a week. Currency. Greed. You are smart. You realize that breaking legs is small time. The real money is in the unions, the garbage disposal contracts, the concrete pouring. You are an earner. You sit in the back of a restaurant, eating veal parmigiana, while corrupt politicians and union delegates come to you for permission to build a skyscraper. You control the city's skyline. You control the ports. If you say stop, the ships don't unload. You buy a house in the suburbs with columns in the front. You have a wife who raises your kids, and a gumar, mistress, in the city who wears the fur coats you hijacked. You live 2 lives. Sunday is for family, mass, and pasta. Friday night is for the Copacabana, cocaine, and hookers. But the paranoia starts to creep in. You see a black sedan parked down the block for 2 days. You hear a click on your phone line. You start checking under your car for bombs every morning. Level 4. The capo, captain. Status, middle management. Pay, a cut of everything. Currency, power. The old capo dies of natural causes, or a car bomb. You are promoted. You now have 20 soldiers answering to you. You are a captain. You don't touch the guns anymore. You give the nod. You whisper an order in a noisy bar, and a week later, a body is found in the trunk of a car at JFK Airport. You are insulated. But the life is changing. The omerta is dying. The feds are using the RICO Act. They don't need to catch you doing the crime. They just need to prove you are part of the enterprise. You look at your soldiers. Which one is wearing a wire? Is it the kid you raised? Is it your brother-in-law? You stop talking in your car. You stop talking in your house. You only talk in the walk-in freezer of the meat market, shivering in your $5,000 suit, because the cold messes with the microphones. Level 5, the boss status, the Don. Net worth, millions. Currency, isolation. You made it to the top of the pyramid. You are the boss of the family. You sit in a fortress. You are the king of New York. But it is a lonely throne. Your rivals want to kill you to take your spot. The commission, the other families, watches you with jealousy. The FBI has a dedicated task force just for you. You realize that loyalty was a lie. It was always about money. Your underlings are hungry. They look at you and see an old man standing in the way of their promotion. You have to. Be ruthless. You order the death of your best friend because you heard a rumor he was talking to the feds. You don't sleep. You take pills. You have millions buried in PVC pipes in the backyards of your relatives, but you can't spend it. You are a prisoner in your own mansion. Level 6, the pinch, the arrest. Status, defendant. Future, 100 years to life. Currency, information. It happens at 6 a.m. The battering ram hits your front door. The FBI agents in windbreakers swarm your house. They drag you out in handcuffs in front of your crying wife and the neighbors. You are facing a RICO indictment. 30 counts of racketeering. 5 murders, extortion, gambling. They have the tapes. They have the photos. And they have the rat. It was your underboss. The man you trusted with your life. He flipped. He is singing like a canary to save his own skin. You sit in a cold interrogation room. The prosecutor puts a deal on the table. Die in prison, he says. Or give us the commission. Give us the judges. Give us the corrupt senators. You look at the wall. You remember the burning saint. You remember the oath. But you also remember the cold concrete of a cell. You are looking at life without parole. You will never see a woman, a steak, or a sunrise again. Level 7, the rat. Witness protection. Status, nobody. Name, Mr. Smith. Location, Omaha, Nebraska. Currency. Shame you took the deal. You testified. You broke the code. You are now in the Witness Protection Program, WITSEC. The government moves you to a suburb in the middle of nowhere. They give you a new name. They give you a mundane job, managing a hardware store or driving a taxi. You are stripped of your silk suits. You wear polyester. You eat egg noodles with ketchup because you can't get good marinara sauce here. The pizza tastes like cardboard. You walk down the street and nobody looks at you. Nobody fears you. Nobody respects you. You are just an average, balding, overweight man mowing his lawn. You sit on your porch in the evening. You miss the action. You miss the adrenaline. You even miss the fear. You realize that you used to be a Roman emperor, and now you are a ghost. You are safe, yes, but you are already dead.